thing for sure, Jamaica is in Africa. I don't care what the geographers say. Because, do you know how much that scarred me when I was 10?
Jam fam family, the Jam fam family, yeah. Jam fam, come hang with me.
Hello, Wagwan, big up yourself, whether you're there yard or you're there abroad. Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. So,
which continent can you find Jamaica?
Africa.
Africa.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's Africa?
As in Africa, it is for
Black
it's
people.
known for black people. Yeah.
Okay, and what would you say if I tell you Jamaica is in the Caribbean?
Caribbean.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's something new about today.
on today's episode, I want to ask the big question: why are Africans coming to Jamaica?
So, I think it's safe to say that there are a few Africans growing up who genuinely thought that Jamaica was in Africa. And I am guilty. I am one of those people who genuinely thought Jamaica was an African country. And I remember growing up, my dad used to play Bob Marley so much. And on top of that, the vinyl, we used to call it LPs, the cover was clearly a black African man. So it didn't make sense that if anyone had to tell me, no, this man is not in Africa or from Africa, you know, he's obviously African, but that Jamaica's not in Africa. It made no sense. But I know better now, guys. I'm grown up.
And what can we learn from them?
May God, I'll take that chance 1,000 times. What are you saying? I would really love to go to Jamaica. I find it a beautiful country from what I see. Sometimes I was Googling about their best hotels. They have one hotel, it's called 7 something. It's really beautiful. I'd really love to go there. It just feels like a country where everyone does whatever they want. I don't know if it's like that, but it just feels like anyone wants to take me to Jamaica, call upon you, girl. Call upon me, girl.
My personal sisters, go check me on that camera thing. I look for good. I'm gonna get my husband from there.
So, in recent months and some of last year, you might have seen a few Africans coming over to Jamaica, and that included Wadamaya, Miss Trudy, tshowyou, from that came over from Nigeria, also African Tigress, who came over from Kenya, and you also see Dee Mwanga, who's now decided that she's migrating to Jamaica, so she's coming here as an expat.
To understand why he left Nigeria for Jamaica.
My name is Ben Wakwesi. I'm the owner of Chika Villa in Oshorios, Jamaica.
Yes.
Been here for 14 years, and I love Jamaica. The weather, the people, the music, the food.
Everything.
That's why I'm stuck.
When last were you in Nigeria? You left Nigeria for Jamaica. How long now? Let's start from there.
The last time I visited Nigeria was 2006. Because I'm looking for a warm place to spend the rest of my life, so I found Jamaica. I decided to buy a place here and stay here. It's not easy, but
You keep going.
it's better.
There are many of them who are now moving to Jamaica, but this isn't a new phenomenon. I remember when I went to college, and this is over 20 years ago, and when I was there were lecturers on campus that were from the African continent, and we had biochemists, we had botanists, we had computer scientists, we had lots of different lecturers who were from the African continent. And so they've been coming into Jamaica and a lot at a large rate. And so, for example, we've got where we have nurse shortages, we have lots of Africans who are coming over to take up some of those roles and responsibilities. And there are other things that they are coming across and doing. And so there are some lessons that we can learn from them. So one of the people who have migrated more recently is Sandra Ashioni. And she is recording her journey of coming to Jamaica from Nigeria.
All right, guys, welcome to another video with Sandra. Today I'm very tired, but I said I must do this video. It's been a while I made a video, so I decided to do a video. So I'm in Jamaica, guys. It's kind of I think at first it's like a joke, but it's actually a dream come true.
On with Xavier's Murphy's Jamaicans.com, you will also see some of their production that they've done where they're interviewing people from other countries who are residing in Jamaica. And on there, he interviewed a Nigerian who's been here for decades.
Today, I speak to Ugo Chukwu Dureke, a Nigerian living in Jamaica. Hi, Ugo Chukwu. How are you? And hopefully I didn't butcher your name too much.
Yeah. Hi, Xavier Murphy. All right. You tried to get the names right.
So,
all right. I'm from a state called Imo State, which is in the southeast of Nigeria. The capital is Owerri, and my hometown is called Ndieri.
He also interviewed a Sierra Leonean who came here because her father had moved here, and she came in her early teens and she never left. She's still residing in Jamaica currently as a grown adult.
Hi, I'm Xavier Murphy, the founder of Jamaicans.com. Today I speak to Bertina Macaulay, a Sierra Leonean living in Jamaica. Hi, Bertina.
Hi, Xavier. I am fine. I'm a city girl, as are my parents and grandparents too, actually. People tend to think of Africans as living in villages, but there are millions and millions of us who have generations of city living. So I'm from Freetown, the capital of Sierra Leone, and I was born there, as were my parents, grandparents, and not all my great-grandparents, but yeah, that's where I'm from. It looks a lot like Kingston. That's part of the reason my father actually chose Jamaica to live, because Jamaica looked so much like Sierra Leone.
The other day I was going out in a taxi and this man was speaking, and when I was hearing him speak, I could see that he had a bit of an accent, and I thought that it was from the African continent, but at the time I wasn't able to really put my finger on where. And then when I started to talk to him, he explained to me that he is from Nigeria and he's an Igbo, and he's been here for about 30 years or so. And so he's really adapted to the culture of Jamaica. The interesting thing is, I heard him having the conversation and I was curious because of the things that he was saying. So he was talking to another young man and he was explaining some of the issues that he was having, and he was clarifying to him to say, I don't deal with my issues like that. I know many other people do it this way, but this is how I do it, and these are my reasons for doing it this way. And the way in which he was articulating his approach to the problem made me want to listen to him a little bit more, because it was quite interesting to see how he was going about his issues. And so we got to talking, and that's when I realized that he was actually from Nigeria. And so in that, I also want to say what are some of the things that I've noticed about them that we could actually learn from. So there are 3 things that I want to share that I've noticed, and those 3 things also cropped up in that conversation that we were having. So the first thing about them is that they are problem solvers. So they see a problem as an opportunity to figure out a way to solve it. And so instead of complaining and whining and blaming, what they tend to do is look at the problem, approach the problem, and see what solution is going to work. So when they are caught in certain situations, they are keen and eager to find different approaches and different ways in which they can solve a problem. And when they find a solution for the problem, it's a solution that is something that is going to help them to advance in whatever sphere that they're in. It's a solution that allows for growth and advancement, and that's so admirable. One of the other things that I wanted to say that I noted from also within that conversation, but generally when I come across any of the Africans who are here, is that one of the things that I notice is that they are keen to study or to learn continuously in order to eradicate their ignorance. So they want to know how to do things, how to go about it, and they want to be strategic in what they're doing. And as a result, they seek out the information. So when challenges come, they are clear about what their rights are. They are clear about the laws and regulations or eligibilities, so that they are able to take on the path that they need to in order to resolve their challenge for their advantage. And so they are keen to make sure that they are working with the system for their advancement. And in order for them to do that, they need to know the processes and the procedures, the law of the land, so that they are able to put themselves a step further when they see that challenge or come up against the challenge. So not only do they look for solutions that will allow them to grow and thrive, but they want to know, they want knowledge, so that they can then exercise implementing those knowledge with wisdom. And the next thing that I've noticed about them is that they are very conscious about the impact and the effect of group economics and collective responsibility. So they want to be sure that they are working together and trying to build themselves and grow and develop, not just on their own independently, but they will team up with each other so that they can pool their economics, and also be responsible together, because they can then utilize each other's talents and direct it in the place where it's going to be most effective for whatever projects that they are undertaking. And that makes them more efficient when they are here in the country. And so you will see them taking up spaces and thriving and succeeding in those spaces. And those are some admirable things about them that we as Jamaicans could also learn and implement, where these things might be lacking in us as people currently. Of course, it's also worth adding that there are lots of people here who are also from the Caribbean community. And when I returned, one of the people I met was from Haiti. And I know that there are many other people there are people here who are from Trinidad, and they're doing quite well. Some of them came back because of when, of course, some of the Trinidadians come over because they go over to Trinidad. The Jamaicans go to Trinidad for university. They probably find spouse and come back, as well as some of them find spouse. Some of the Jamaicans find spouse and stay there. And some of them come across for their food, their culinary arts, to come across and set up business here in that way. And some come from different islands, come across for lots of different reasons, and there are quite a few of them here. We have people here from Cuba, we have them from all walks of the Caribbean, and they are playing their part in advancing the welfare of Jamaica. And so having them here is not a negative for Jamaica. It's actually a plus, because they're contributing to our economy and they are contributing to our society and adding to the diversity, which is part and parcel of the heritage of Jamaica as it is. A friend of mine brought me some bananas, and I've been working my way through them. So they are actually, when they got here, they were green, and now this is what they're looking like. And I'm working my way through them. So this is provision that I don't now have to go and spend to buy, and they're proper mature bananas that are ripening naturally on their own. Sometimes these things are just priceless. Just came in, got some cerci and some fever grass, and washed them, put them in the pot. And I'm going to boil that now and have that as my water to drink for the next couple of days, just to give my body a refreshing. But when I came in with them, I'm going to make you hear what Eliona say. So what you did say again when I come in?
Why do you have grass in your hand?
Well, Mrs., as I said to her then, those are the very same herbs that they collect, dry, crush, and put in bags and sell us as tea bags in the UK. So I'm going to get it at its natural source and make a beverage with it. So I've boiled it and I left it to cool, and I'm going to have a go now at looking at what it looks like. So that's what it looks like, and I'm going to just pour some into this cup, just so you see that color. And so I'm going to be drinking that. Look at that richness. And I will be drinking a full cup of that every day until it's finished. Thank you for staying with us on this another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. It was a pleasure having you. Bye for now, and we'll see you in the next one.